This is Ashton Marcus, and I'm at the Champagne Gala and season premiere of the Long Beach Playhouse.
Okay, so how was the performance?
I was happy. I think it went well. The audience was great. It was very nice.
Yeah, you actually have quite a theatrical background.
I've been doing this for a few decades. Probably, yeah. I mean, my first play was when I was in 5th grade, so... Yeah.
Yeah, so just tell me a bit about yourself then.
Well, my mom was an actress. My father worked in the theater. I was acting for a long time, and then I got into directing. I majored in theater in college, and for the most part, I direct. I don't act that often. Last time I acted was 3 years ago or so.
Actually, you did very well today. Are you sure that you don't want to actually do more acting?
Acting doesn't pay real well. I need to support myself. But it's fun.
If basically you're a better director than you actor, you must be an outstanding director.
I am a damn fine director. I enjoy my directing. I'm a good director, right? There you go. Okay, there you go.
Okay. And you are again?
Gregory Cohen.
And you played?
I play Canon Pennefather.
Okay. And
I am an Anglican canon, traveling on a paddle wheel steamer, pleasure cruise up the Nile, and keeping my eye out on my niece, who tends to do what she wants without considering the consequences. How's that? Without giving anything away.
Thank you for being on the show.
Absolutely. Thank you.
How was the performance?
Oh, I was very thrilled tonight. There were a couple of things I would kind of tell them about, but overall I thought it was really very solid. I was pleased with them. But then it's a great cast, and 90% of my work is in the casting anyway. You know, if I get the right cast, then the rest of it kind of falls into place. And I think it did tonight.
So, again, was it that challenging to get a good cast?
Yeah, we had a lot of people auditioning. We had 3 nights of auditions, and I guess we had about 60 people total. And I had 12 people to cast, and I was looking for specific types. They all had to be really young, good-looking, you know, and have a lot of acting chops, and that was the hard part. But I was lucky. I got a lot of people out that were just spectacular. The guy that's playing the sleuth, Canon Pennefather, is an old friend of mine. I've known him for 27 years. He's also a director. So I knew he would just be fabulous, and he was. So, yeah.
Yeah. Well, again, I concentrated on radio, and I was listening to their voices. They were actually very good voice actors also. Did you intentionally have that done?
Oh, yes. We had and I was a stickler about dialect. So we had a dialect coach that worked with them to make sure that their British dialects and their German dialects and their French dialects were right. And, yeah, I always look for that. That's one of the things that you look for in auditions, you know, and you have them read together. So, yeah, I was lucky, just lucky that the right people came out. I was pretty proud of the show.
Actually, I think you're being a little modest when you say you're lucky. You're being a little modest, aren't you?
It was hard. There were some moments. It's a tricky play because it rides the middle ground between comedy and mystery, and has a lot of exposition in it. And so we had to keep people moving in order to be able to keep it alive. And that was the challenge. But it was fun, and it's wonderful when you're working with a cast that is this good. You know, they just kind of get into the heads of their characters, and things happen naturally and organically, and that's the way I like to work. So I just noticed they did a whole facade out here. I didn't notice that. That's kind of nice.
Yes, I believe this is the seasoning opening. Have they done some remodeling?
Yeah, they have. They've done a whole bunch of new things. All of this stuff is all brand new, and they've worked very hard. All of this is new. They've worked very hard this is our 85th year here. This theater is 85 years old. And so the first show was in 1929. So it's been running continuously. It's the oldest continuously running community theater west of the Mississippi. That's pretty neat.
So you guys actually saw the heyday of the approximately 1965?
Oh, yeah. There's a lot going on here. I didn't start working here until about 10, 15 years ago. But they've had a whole series of really good directors, and these pictures of some of the people that you'll recognize on these walls all have worked here at one time or another. Robert Mitchum and DeForest Kellee and Lorraine Day, you know. So, yeah, it's got a real rich history.
Yes, I think this is really underappreciated.
Yeah, so do I. They're doing a real good job with publicity now and with letting people know that we're here. There's a lot of competition. Long Beach and Orange County, especially North Orange County, there's a lot of theater going on. And you well know, down at UCI, there's a ton of stuff. One of the best shows that I've ever seen was done at UCI this last year, which was The Last Lifeboat. It's an excellent show. So lots going on, a lot of theater happening. I wish people could get out and see it, especially young people in your age group. So.
Actually, why do you think that's the case, that not as many people go to theater? Because, again, one of the reasons I started the show was because I was looking on the internet and I was seeing some theater seats going for $8 a seat. And I went to the show. There was nothing wrong with the show. Fantastic acting, great directing,
really?
Good scenes. But why is it they paying only $8 a seat? But still, that's less than half the price of a movie.
I know it. I just went to a movie. I went to see Into the Woods last week. And I thought, I would much rather go see a live show and see theater right in front of me. And I think it's because the kids these days are raised on television. Everything has to be wrapped up very neatly in anywhere from 26 to 30 minutes, And I think they just don't have the patience. And I'm not sure they're being exposed to it early enough. I've got a 3- and a 5-year-old grandniece, and I've taken them to their first play already. And I want to continue to do that. Because I think when you start teaching them at a very young age, I started at 8. And it's been part of my life ever since. And I think that's what I want for my grandnieces. I think more parents should do that because there's a wealth, not just theater, but symphonies and ballets and operas and chamber music and all kinds of modern dance. There's so much going on that you don't need to go sit in the dark and watch something pictured on the screen for 2 hours and call that entertainment. My personal feeling is if you have enough takes, Dumbo could win an Academy Award, But you have one shot when you got a live audience. So that's what I love about it. It's the immediacy.
Great. Yeah, when you get a nice performance like this, and again, I sat through this performance, it's actually very nice, do you actually sit back and relax for a second and try to enjoy it, or do you actually have to go, well, let's start doing the next thing now?
No, because I never give notes after opening night. Mm-hmm. Now the show belongs to my stage manager. I'm done. Mm-hmm. And I actually enjoyed the performance tonight. I could sit back. I knew it was coming. I had a great time watching the audience's reactions. Mm-hmm. But, I'm just relieved. Now I can go on to the next thing, So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, well, do enjoy it. I mean, I hear that a lot of directors just don't enjoy it.
Oh, I've always loved it. I love the process. I love directing. It's one of my favorite. I'm an actor as well, but I really prefer directing. So it's my great passion. Mm-hmm. And when it's a show as good as this one and the theater is easy to work in as this one, it just all comes together as just a bunch of joy. It's really neat.
Well, thank you for being on the show. And your name is?
Sharyn Case.
And you were?
I'm the director for Murder on the Nile.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thank you very much.
All right. Mind if I join you guys?
Please, go for it.
So what do you guys think of the performance?
Well, I thought she was pretty amazing. This is the girl who was in it.
All right.
I was in it. I love being a part of it. It's a really fun show. I get to put on an accent, and everybody in the production was really great to work with. And I love being a part of the Playhouse.
And your name is?
Laura Clagett.
And you play?
Louise. She is the maid to Kay Ridgway, Kay Mostyn, who marries Simon, and she is at times, I guess, happy and unhappy with her position.
So do you have quite a background in theater?
Yeah, I do. Most of my education was in theater. I have my master's in theater, and
you got from in London.
I did.
She's really talented. She usually doesn't talk about it much.
This was my first play getting to do an accent, though, so that was really fun. Really fun.
Was it your third here at Long Beach or second?
It's my second show at the Playhouse. I did A Midsummer Night's Gay Dream that they did
and you did that with Sam,
ago.
right? One of the guys in the play.
Yeah, Sam Tanng was also in that show.
So what are your thoughts on community theater?
Oh, I love it. There's a really great freedom in community theater. I think you meet such a great variety of people. And what's really nice is everybody's here. They're not just here because it's a gig. They're here because they want to be here, that they want to take part in something. They want, most people have, myself included, have a 9-to-5 job. So then to get to come and do this is like that nice release of like, I can come and do this and work hard at something I really love and meet new people and be a part of something, which is, I think the Long Beach Playhouse is really awesome with. It's a really good group of people that run it, and they make sure that you're appreciated and supported, and so it makes me want to keep doing shows here.
Thank you for being on the show.
Thanks.
This is Ashton Marcus, and I am with
Kellee Elizabeth.
And you play?
Christina in Murder on the Nile.
So how's the performance?
Felt really, really good. Really enjoyed myself. Had a really great time and good crowd, lots of energy, and it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it.
Great. And do you have much of a theater background?
I do. I've been doing musicals since I was about, like 10 or 11, but I've been doing more serious work as I got older as an adult. Yeah.
So how did you get into acting?
I got into acting, I was about, as I said, like 10 or 11 years old. I was through theater programs through school, and it just kind of stuck. I really enjoyed it that way.
Actually, 10, that's actually very young for acting.
Yeah, I got bit by the entertainment bug early. It was, simple little stuff in school, but it was just, I kind of liked being in front of a crowd and that kind of an energy, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah.
Well, did your parents encourage you to do that?
Yes, they were very proud of me. And then as I got an adult and I decided this was the career I wanted, they were a little hesitant, of course, but they're very supportive, very proud of me for doing it. Yeah.
So what are the steps that you actually got into, where like you have to go through casting calls or you have to get an agent?
Well, I personally don't have one. I'm still kind of in the early stages of that. But really for me, where I'm at right now, I just hear about different casting calls. Fortunately, here at the Playhouse is close to my home, so I can keep close there and pay attention to all their, hey, that's a show I might want to do, and go out from there. Yeah.
Yeah, I've actually done some interviews in the past, and I've asked them about community theater actors, and I always try to get advice from the equity actors and all that. And I've always mentioned people like you who actually have done community theater for like years, and you don't get paid, and you keep going.
Yeah, when you get a paycheck to do what you love, it's quite enjoyable. I've done that. I have done paid gigs as well, but for me personally, it's not about the paycheck. It's not about anything like that. For me, it's about the performance and it's about who I get to become. Yeah, it's about who I get to become and the whole experience of it all, and delving into a new character and a new lifestyle, because I get to play pretend for my job, and it's quite nice to do that. Yeah.
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Oh, thank you very much for having me.
All right. Yes, hello. My name is Ashton Marcus, and I'm with KUCI 80.9 FM in Irvine.
Oh, hi.
Right. And you are?
My name's Wilhelm Peters.
Okay, and you play?
I play Dr. Bessner.
Okay, well, you mind if I ask you a few questions?
No, not at all.
Great, okay. So, how's the performance?
I think it went well. It was great. We had a full house and a lot of energy, a lot of fun. Great responses. It's fun to get surprise laughter when you don't expect it. Yeah.
You actually are from Chicago.
I'm actually originally from New Orleans, but I spent the last year in Chicago. I just moved to California in August. Yeah.
Did you do any acting then?
Yep. Yeah, I did a couple of shows. I did. We just produced me and my boyfriend produced our own work in Chicago. Just sort of whatever we could. Yeah, it was great.
Great. And you actually play, who do you play?
I'm sorry?
Who do you play?
I play Dr. Bessner, the German doctor aboard the ship, who really wants to give people injections. He's a psychologist, so I'm not sure how effective he would be with actual injury or anything. So, yes.
So how long have you studied acting?
Wow. I've been acting for a while, since high school. Let's see, so that was mid 90s, I think. Actually, mostly college though. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, you actually did a very good job. What kind of advice can you give to younger actors?
Wow. Make good choices. Make strong choices. Just go with it, and be open. Sort of open heart. Always have an open heart. Just because someone says no doesn't mean it's the end of the world. It doesn't mean that you're not any good. It just means that you're not right for that particular role and that particular show. But you might be right for that role in another show directed by somebody else. So just keep working. Don't just try not to get discouraged.
Then could I also ask you, have you done anything in the past that you regretted? You regretted acting-wise?
Oof. No. I can say there are shows that I wish that I didn't do, but I don't regret them because they're all learning opportunities. And so one learns a lot about oneself when one does theater. I have learned a lot about myself over the years. Yeah.
Thank you very much for being on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks.
He is our fabulous photographer. How are you? I'm good. Nice. When I'm not offering champagne, you're not. Well, you're not holding glass. Here, have the glass. It's after being but for and after work. Got it. I think it's good. How's it going?
Hi. Yeah. And you are?
I'm David.
And you play?
I play Simon. Simon is desperate, he's hungry, he's passionate, and he'll do whatever he needs to do to be with the love of his life. Nothing's stopping him. He's shameless.
So do you have an acting background?
I do. Yes. This is my 6th play here at the Long Beach Playhouse. But I've done many other plays at other theaters. Been at it for a while in several films, so yeah, it's been a long ride, a lot of fun.
Okay. So actually, I did see your credits and your credentials and all that. Any advice you can give to younger actors who are trying to get into the business?
I think the best advice I can give is don't take it personally. It's not about you, and never give up.
Yeah, I get that a lot. Never give up. So has there ever been anything that you've actually regretted you've done film-wise, acting-wise?
Anything that I what?
That you've regretted acting-wise?
Yeah, maybe not being. There have been some moments along the way where maybe I wasn't genuine as far as my performance, or maybe I wasn't acting from a truthful place, which is always my goal. So you learn, you grow, and it's a never-ending growing experience. You're always learning, you're always growing. You have to stay passionate. You have to stay true to who you are, and just always work from your heart, work from your soul, and just know who the character is, hook up with the character as best you can, and relate to the character as best you can.
So, are you a lot like your character?
Well, I'm very passionate, and I wear my heart on my sleeve.
Yeah, because again, in radio, we can't see your face. Yes. And you're actually a very, I would say, a typical leading actor type man. I mean, are you stereotyped? This guy can't be the villain. He can't be the villain. Doesn't have the villain face.
I've been told that I have more of a boy next door look, or, regular guy next door look. So I like roles that are maybe least suspecting. He couldn't have done it. He's too nice of a guy. There's no way. So yeah, I like this kind of roles.
Because actually, most great actors will actually like a villain or an anti-hero type character. Would you like doing that, or is it like every director sees, nah, he can't be Richard III. He just doesn't have the hunch or anything like that?
I'm open to playing all kinds of roles. I'm open to playing the leading man, good guy next door role, to the villain, to the evil killer. Whatever I can sink my teeth into. That's how you grow. I mean, a lot of actors are stereotyped at first, but eventually, as you grow and as you get yourself out there more, you're offered a more variety of roles, more delicious roles, and more challenging roles. So that's the only way you're going to grow and stay passionate.
Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
So how's the performance?
Oh, tonight went really, really well. I loved having the audience there. They gave us a lot of energy.
And you are?
My name's Lee Samuel Tanng, and I play William Smith. My character is basically he's secretly a very rich man, but he doesn't like people to know about it. And he's kind of mysterious. You don't really know what his background is, and he's kind of like I think his name is William Smith because he seems like the typical generic guy who you just have no idea what he's about.
We're actually on radio, so they can't really see your face or anything like that. But you actually, you're Vietnamese, correct?
No, I'm Taiwanese.
Oh, you're Taiwanese.
Yes. My parents are from Taiwan.
Yeah, and I know there's things like yellow face that Asian actors feel offended by, but you're actually playing a mainstream character right now.
Oh yeah, I absolutely love it. One of the great things about Long Beach Playhouse is that they have blind casting. So unless the role specifically calls for an Asian or an African American or whatever ethnicity, they don't care what ethnicity you are. If you can play the part, then they will cast you.
How do you feel about that?
I feel wonderful about that. That's something that more community theater playhouses, all theater playhouses should follow. That we have a lot of ethnic actors out there, or actors of ethnic origin, who are wonderful actors, but they don't get cast in roles that they could actually play because of their color. So this is wonderful. I love performing here.
There's a new movie out, Annie, in which now has a black actress, and they've rewritten the entire show. They've rewritten all the songs. What do you think about that?
I think it's a step in the right direction. I think the more we have roles that have traditionally been, white, but now played by people of color, the more we have that, the more it'll seem less of a novelty. And I think that I would hope for is that in the future it doesn't even seem like a big deal anymore. Right now it's a big deal, for a good in a good way.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Murder on the Nile will be playing at the Long Beach Playhouse from January 16th to February 14th. For more information, go to www.lb